I would say this is the first game of the tournament that I actually did not deserve to win this game. The other games that I lost or drew, I had winning positions or I had opportunity after opportunity, and I was just playing bad. I was just playing careless. This was a game where I actually, tried to get my act together, and I just made I had some oversights. I just had oversights. This was a game full of oversights, guys. So without further ado, let's take a look. My opponent opens up with the move d4. I play the move knight to f6. We get c4 played, g6. My opponent plays g3. I play the move g7, bishop g2. And then I play the move d5, knight to f3. And then I get castle. My opponent goes forward and he gets castle. Then I play this move c5. My opponent plays c captures d, knight captures d. And then my opponent plays the move d captures c5. I develop my knight onto the square c6. The computer likes knight to a6. My opponent plays knight at b to d2. Now this was the mistake that my opponent made, and I knew it, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna be better out the opening. Guys, but I played the wrong queen move. I played the wrong queen move. Let me tell you guys what I played. I played the move queen to a5. I played the move queen to a5. So confident in this board. I got up from the board. I walked around. I had a sip of my water like, yes, knight that b to d2 was a mistake. He doesn't understand this position. He's lost. That was the conclusion that I came to that fast. But I was right. This is a bad move. I was right. But I overlooked the fact after knight to a5, that is the wrong square for the queen. Because my opponent has this move knight to b3, and he found it after like 20 minutes. He found knight to b3. To make it so bad, guys, I played the move queen to a5, got up from the table, thought I played the best move on the board. Then I came back. Mind you, I said he took a 20-minute think to play this move knight to b3. When I came back to the board and sat down as he was still thinking, I re-looked at the position after, taking a water break, walking around, looking at other games. Came back to the board and I noticed it immediately. Queen to a5 was a huge mistake. The better move was queen to c7. I noticed it immediately, and when I got back to the board, I was like, man, I messed up. And I'm like, I hope that this isn't going to be too destructive of a move. But it turned out to be quite decisive, because when you play a move like queen a5, and then my opponent, of course, he found the right move, knight to b3, when you play a move like that and it's the wrong move, you lose time, tempo, development, everything. The position is basically lost. That is why the eval bar has white better by 1 full point and only 10 moves. But I didn't need the computer to tell me that. After I played the move, I got up and I sipped my water like I just played the best move since Bobby Fischer. When I got back to the move board, I completely realized very quickly that it was the wrong move, and I also realized what was the correct move. It was queen to d7. I just overlooked this square, knight to b3, guys. And this just goes back to the whole idea of this tournament. The constant oversights, the constant second guessing myself. I believe that it all came down to self-imposed pressure this tournament, and therefore I pay a price for it. Because like I said, my opponent, he finds the best move, knight to b3. I have to go all the way back home, queen to d8. That's the only move to be played because the knight is hanging. My opponent then plays the move knight at f to d4. I play the move e5, not the right idea. My opponent cuts, I cut. My opponent plays queen to c2. I play the move bishop to e6. We get bishop to d2, play queen to d7, guys. I'm just trying to develop my pieces as best as I can. I don't even like this move for me. Like, what is queen to a5 about? What was the better move? Rook to b8. Yeah, this was just not a good move. I got to talk to my coach about this. Like, when you do things like go out of your way to get this bishop, that's probably not the best idea, right? Because as you guys are going to see, we're both going to get rid of our good bishops, and it just doesn't work out well for me. My opponent then plays the move rook at f to d1. This was an inaccuracy. I played the move bishop to h3, knowing it wasn't the best move on the board. But again, guys, this entire tournament, no discipline, lack of principle, chess, and ultimately playing what I want to play, not what the board wants me to play. I've learned in this whole process of having a bad tournament and even coming back and still not playing so well, what I've learned is you have to play good, solid, principled chess, or else you will pay a price. So after bishop to h3, my opponent goes ahead and plays the move e4, asking the question to my knight. I take the bishop. Of course, he takes back. Knight goes to f6, bishop to h6, and he's going to get my bishop back, and my queen has to go somewhere as the rook is looking directly at my queen. I play the move queen to g4. My opponent goes ahead and plays this move f3. I put the queen on the square e6. The rook comes down to d6, and I got to give it to him. That's why I said in the intro of this video, this is the only game that I would say I was outplayed. The other games, I totally beat myself. This game, queen a4, was the best move on the board, and I quickly realized that I played that move too fast, too confidently, and I was wrong. But that's a decision that, I made. The other games I was beating myself for silly ideas. This game I would say that, like, I thought that the decision that I was making was good while I was playing them, but they turned out to be not so great. I played the move queen to c8. My opponent plays bishop captures, king captures. Then we get to move knight to b7. He's just doubling up on that pawn. I got to give it to him. He played this quite well. And we're going to go ahead here. He puts his rook on the d file, play the move g5, but I'm just lost, right, guys? I'm trying to find something, and that was the final blow, this king to g3, because in this position, my opponent is able to pick up the free pawn with knight to e5 check, and of course, the rook is hanging. So queen captures e5, queen captures. And in this position, I extend my hand and I resign the chess game, guys. This was the first game of this tournament where I didn't deserve the win. Queen a5 from the very beginning. It was lost out the opening. This game was lost out the opening. No other game was completely terrible like that. The other games, I was just beating myself, being in my head and whatnot. But this game, I lost this game. So I could take that, right? So that was round 8, guys. Thank you so much for taking a look at it. And in the final round, you guys are going to see me play my best game all tournament long. But you are not going to believe what happened in the final seconds of round 9. I will see you there and talk soon.